Hi everyone, so I'm going to be going through how to use the Briogeo hair care. So I YouTube how to say this name of hey, how is it said? And oh man, I think I was doing Briogeo and how wrong I was saying it. I feel so embarrassed. So anytime I've said it in the past, I do apologize. So Briogeo, this is their charcoal and coconut oil one. So we can kind of see, you can see kind of red spots, the dandruff in my hair, which is kind of gross and disgusting. I guess in here. I'm glad it's not really, we can see kind of a little bit of flakes and stuff like that. So that's not because I'm a dirty person. I just have kind of psoriasis, so, and a naturally oily scalp, so my scalp hates me a little. So I definitely do find this a really good product, and I kind of haven't been using it for a while. So I'm going to go back to kind of using this and definitely going through using their conditioner as well as their little treatment. So the first step to using this is we need our hair wet. So I'll be right back as I snap to wet hair. So now my hair is all wet. So we're going to section off our hair. So just go through, kind of start at the bottom on one side and go through. Oh, I get so knotted. Ooh. So you're going to take some of the product, right? So just kind of coat your finger in it. Go along that side. And scrub. So we're going to go through this for the rest of our head, section off, scrub, and then go. And I like it to sit a little bit while on my hair. So this is definitely something to do when you have the time. Don't kind of go fast in. Be like, shh, just get it in. Because then it's not really doing its job, right? Let it kind of help on that skin, right? So make sure it's not like you're running late for school, let's put this in our hair. Because you're not really getting the greatest benefit from it. So once we have it all in our hair, just spend some time kind of massaging in, right? So really think of this as pamper yourself time, right? So kind of do a circular motion and never really dig in with your nails and scratch, right? You want this circular motion as you do it. So just massage it, let it sit in your hair for a while, kind of the longer the better. Obviously if it's irritating, wash it out, right? And stuff like that. So just massage, right? So I'm going to let it sit, wash my hair, and then I'll come back. So all washed out, right? You can kind of see the red spots, but there's no more dandruff with it. That's gonna kind of unfortunately scab, right? Just kind of pulling back. We're not seeing that dandruff, which is always good. So kind of with the shampoo, a little trick is just keep it at your root. So it will say oh, go all the way to your ends. No, that dries out your hair. Keep your shampoo on your ends. Sorry, keep your shampoo on your roots, condition your ends, right? They don't kind of need both. So I'm going to use their conditioner. So this I am going to kind of put a little on my roots. And that, so apply some, so it's like a jelly, right? So just kind of work it into your fingers and kind of spread it in. It will have this cooling sensation. So it's supposed to kind of relieve your scalp of any itching and things like that. So again, a little rub it in. So I'm keeping this kind of closer to my roots, right? And if like you use product in your hair, you want it to get out, as you're washing your hair, like the shampoo will go and kind of strip it. If you do find like your ends get greasy, then by all means, shampoo your ends. My problem is my scalp gets really oily and then my ends are so dry and brittle. So that's why I keep the shampoo away from it, because that's just going to kind of strip your oils. On my ends, I am going to use their Don't Despair Repair conditioner. So this one's really good. I like it. And this one I'm going to keep on my ends. So just kind of massage it through. It's always good to let it sit. If your hair is feeling really damaged, a trick is kind of wet your hair, sleep with it, or even with like dry hair, put your hair in a braid or a bun, and then sleep in it, and then wash your hair the next day. Will kind of help that conditioner really sink in to your hair and nourish. Right, and then I always like to kind of take a brush and brush through. Like, don't try and brush through a knot when your hair is wet necessarily, because then it can kind of damage a little bit more. But just making sure all the hair is coated with the conditioner. So you should really feel it in. So let it sit at least 5 minutes. Otherwise, I feel like you're just wasting your money, right? And then I shall be back. Hi, everyone. So I've washed out all the conditioner in my hair. My hair is definitely more manageable from the deep conditioning, right? I can brush it, no knots, always a good thing. So you find the Do Not Despair Repair conditioner really great. And then this one does leave that kind of like cooling sensation. So it's kind of nice and smoothing if like you feel like your head gets itchy. Like this is going to kind of relieve that. So the last step is I kind of take my Scalp Revitalizing Charcoal and Tea Tree Scalp Treatment. So I'm just going to make sure my little thing is filled up and put dots. Put it kind of throughout my hair, really in kind of some of those problem areas. Right, so you can section off, but I just find it's easy to kind of get into spots. You don't need that much. So sometimes I like to just fill it, run it back, and squeeze slightly, right? Because I don't want it all going off at one spot. You can also use this on dry hair. So once I kind of have it all in there, I'm just going to massage it so it evenly spreads out. So I'm going to dry my hair so we can see the finished results and kind of see that like it does help to kind of alleviate dandruff, right? So it's not going to kind of like, it's just not going to necessarily cure psoriasis, but it's going to help kind of deal with some of those symptoms in between using like a charcoal or other kind of, like, I guess the other treatment is kind of a salicylic acid, right? And things like that. So this is kind of like a good in between. And like, you don't just not need to have like dandruff problems, but just kind of clearing your scalp, because a lot of times we kind of forget about that and focus on our hair. So let me come right back. So I dried the front section of my hair just because like this took about, my hair takes way too long to dry. But just kind of going through. So if we see like kind of like this red spot isn't as bad because it was kind of like larger. That's kind of like a scab, so we'll have that. But if we can see kind of like there's no dandruff, right? It's a nice clear scalp and things like that. and then your hair is left nice and shiny, right? And that's with like outputting any products in it that it's that shiny and things like that, right? And like smooth, soft, so it's great. So definitely I think it's worth the money. And then they do have like a value pack at Sephora right now where you get the shampoo, the conditioner, the treatment, with like a scrubbing brush as well. So I definitely think that is a total must buy if you do find like your scalp, if you have kind of scalp issues. I think it's a great system to have, and I highly recommend it out there. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day. Bye.